Hi guys, it's your girl here, AdaB, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
I'm living my life like I know I should.
If you're new here, my name is AdaB. I'm a gospel musician, I'm a talk show host and presenter. The reason I'm hosting this Let's Talk series on the Talks with AdaB platform is because this platform already hosts conversations that pivot the Black woman's identity and the Black family. But of course, we extend the conversation to so many other different things. So if you can't already tell by today's title, I'm kicking off the Let's Talk series with your most asked questions and my answers to them. This has come at the back of me sharing my decision to become a gospel artist a couple of months ago, and I shared my first single, Give Him the Praise, which has been received so well, and I'm so grateful. But of course, some people still have so many questions, and looking back at them, I completely understand why. I haven't been able to actually answer everyone, so I just figured do this video and hopefully it will answer all of those questions in a bit more detail. So without further ado, let's get into it. First question is, why do gospel? I completely understand that question because my music prior to me becoming a gospel musician artist was very much PG, very much friendly for the whole family. Always talking about love, embracing who you are, embracing your journey, loving yourself, loving others. So it was very positive. There was no curse words in there. Not sexually explicit at all. So yeah, like I said, literally for the whole family to listen to. However, it was very important to me to make the transition because I was making a transition. And one of the things I've said from when I started doing music was that it was to tell my story. And up until earlier this year, I feel like I was able to do that. I feel like I was able to tell a tale of me from like as a young teenager to a young adult. And a lot of these songs are not new songs to me because I've been writing since the age of 9. So I have songs for days. Of course, the songs at 9 are not going to be as good as some of the songs I've written more recently. But of course, they were still my stories. And all I've done is taken those songs and rewritten them in a way that makes a bit more sense grammatically, but also rhythmically, so that when you listen to it, it's easy to sing along to, but you can also kind of grasp the message behind it. And I feel like the responses to those songs have over the years have definitely shown me that. But yeah, I've moved past that space in my life now. I'm in a new space and I want to talk about that. It's exciting, and I want to share the good news of the gospel through the talent that God has given me. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is the current climate of music at the moment is very much overtly sexual. Now, some people say the current climate, it's always been like that, which I agree, but it feels like it is almost becoming the only way to make yourself seen and heard. And through different conversations I was having with people, whether it's about featuring music videos, whether it's about featuring in songs, and even down to management, people really wanted me to use my curves, use my body, to market and advertise myself. And that's something that I've never really been keen on. I'm very grateful for everything God has given me. It's not even that, I shun anyone who does want to use what God has given them. By all means, do you, boo. I'm not here to judge. But for me personally, that's one of the last things I wanted to do. Even looking back at the people that have inspired me to do music, from JoJo, Whitney Houston, Adele, Michael Jackson, these are not people that were overtly sexual. These were people that were genuinely just talented. Their voice was amazing and they really studied their craft. You could tell, from how long it took them to make a song, to producing albums, from their concerts. You could tell these were people that were genuinely in love with the art of music. And that's me. I'm genuinely in love with the art of music. So my body really doesn't have much to do with that, apart from the fact that it hosts the organ that I need to sing. So yeah, that was one of the major red flags. So yeah, I feel like all of these different factors came into play around the same time, and it just made sense. My personal life was changing. I was becoming a Christian, becoming more in love with God, more in love with the Word of God, and just all the beauty that is in the truth of Jesus Christ. And then again, all the decisions I was having to make, constantly having to say no. When you say no a lot in this industry, as you probably already know by now, because celebrities be talking way too much these days. But when you say no a lot, when you don't go along with things, when you don't, fit in per se, it can easily get you blacklisted. It can easily make people have, a dislike towards you. So rather than, just upsetting people and ultimately upsetting myself, if I just come out as a Christian and as a gospel artist, it just makes life easier because that line is drawn and it's very clear now what it is I stand for, what it is I'm trying to achieve through my music. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. Question number 2. Why did I become a Christian? Crazy that how many people have asked me that question. And it also lets me know how much, again, this has kind of been like a double life I've been leading for too long, if you like. So I've been a Christian for as long as I can remember. My mum gave her life to Christ when I was about 3 or 4 years old. And she was always very excited about God. And so she always took me to church. And my brother was born as well, taking us to church all the time. So we've always known about God. We've always been in the vicinity. We've always understood who God is, but having that personal relationship is where the difference is between then and now. So, there's one thing to know of God, and there's one thing, to actually have a relationship with God. And that's where I'm at right now, where I'm trying to build that personal relationship. And to put it quite simply, I love him. I love everything he's done for me and my family. I love the changes he's made in all of us. And I love knowing who I am in him because it makes me more confident as a person. And it's just beautiful to see the person I have become, knowing him more, pressing into him more, and allowing him to work through me and in me. Not just the person I've become for me, but the person I've become to other people as well. I just feel like it's strengthened my friendships, my relationships with people, and it's just made me more open to enjoying life in ways that before I just would never have done. All round, my life is just improved as a whole, and I feel like my outlook on life is so much more positive and healthier for both me and everyone around me. To me, it was just a no-brainer. It was like the natural next step, but I just didn't know how to get there because I was a bit, I was different. Question number 3. Now, this question really intrigued me, but I totally get it. Music, listening to music. So as a consumer of music, a lot of people wanted to know, so do you just like not listen to secular music? And I thought, very good question. No, I do still listen to secular music, but I'll be honest, the amount I listen to it has changed. I don't listen to secular music nearly as much as I used to. We all know music makes us feel things. Whatever those things are, it makes us feel. We cannot deny that music moves all of us. It doesn't matter who you are. We all know that people have playlists for different occasions. And why? Because it brings out certain things in us. It reminds us of certain things. It makes us feel certain things, and it provokes us and maybe even gives us confidence to do certain things. Like when you're training in the gym, there's certain artists and certain music you want to listen to because it's going to keep you pumped up, in the same way when people are being intimate, in the same way when people are at a funeral or people at a birthday celebration. You know what time it is, you know what kind of music to play to get people in that frame of mind. So I just had to become more conscious of what I'm listening to, how often I'm listening to it, and how it's affecting me. But honest to God, I love gospel music. I've always loved gospel music. So it's never been a thing for me where I've had to like gradually introduce it to myself. I've always enjoyed gospel music. And also, I'm trying to enrich my spirit. I'm trying to be filled with peace. I'm trying to be constantly in the presence of God and being reminded of who he is and what he's doing in my life. So it just makes sense as a Christian to listen to music that reaffirms those things, reaffirms who I am in Christ, and reaffirms his love for me, and reminds me of the important things about my journey as a Christian. So yeah, the 4th question I think we're on is about dressing. Dressing is a big one because I feel like even in the Christian community, there's a bit of a divide on this topic. And I feel like it's really controversial because when we talk about dressing, you have to remember people have different body types. So what might seem, conservative or respectful on one person's body may look completely different on somebody else's body. So we see it all the time. People can be fully dressed, but as long as you have a bigger bust, you have, smaller waist and bigger hips or bigger thighs or bigger bum, that same outfit that looks like a nun outfit on one person now looks like the most provocative, sexy thing you've ever seen, even though the person is not showing an ounce of flesh. So this has always been a touch and go subject. And even for me, it's been really hard because, one, coming to love my body and embrace it, has been a real struggle for me. And I'm talking when I was literally a size 8. I found it so hard to look at myself in the mirror because everybody else was like flat chest, flat bum, small thighs, small bum. So when they were slim, they were slim. But for me, I still looked bigger than everybody else because I had hips, I had thighs, I had bum. And even though I didn't really have boobs, just having that wider lower half just made everything look so much bigger than it was. But of course, I'm a bit older now, so, I want to look classy, but I still want to look and feel, cute, sexy, whatever you want to call it. I still want to feel good about myself. So I'm just, literally dressing to my shape, of course, without overexposing my body. There's some things I can't avoid right now because I've put on weight. So like sometimes you will see a bit of a bulge. I can't help that right now. And that's fine. I'm on a weight loss journey, but in the meantime, I'm not going to penalize and punish myself, or rather punish my wardrobe by wearing clothes that are not flattering to make it comfortable for other people. This is the body God has given me. At the end of the day, God literally gave me my shape. So I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy the shape God has given me. I'm going to enjoy my body, but I'm obviously going to dress in a way that doesn't, conflict with what it is that I'm trying to, how I'm trying to live my life as a Christian. So of course, I'm not going to wear things where my, certain things can be seen more than others or more than they should be. So yeah, that's definitely still a work in progress for me, but I feel like I've come to a place where I'm quite comfortable with how I dress, and I think everyone around me is fine with it as well. So yeah. The final question I'm going to answer is number 5, and this is a very good question, and it's about celibacy. So many people very curious to know, does this mean you are not doing the nasty? Yes, it does mean that. It does mean that. And honestly, do I miss it as much as I once did? Oh, as I thought I would? No, I don't. I don't miss it. For me, celibacy is been the most, liberating feeling because I'm not bound by my desires. I literally have so much room to channel that extra energy into so many other things, whether it's my creativity, whether it's my workouts, or whether it's just getting rest, or even my meditation and prayer time. When I have those thoughts or urges or any of those kind of feelings or things, I just give it to God. And I think this is another thing. People feel like they can't give these things to God because they feel like, it's sex, you can't talk about those things, but God created it. So yeah, you can talk to him about it. I'm all for do what you want. I'm just talking about for me personally. Celibacy is just part of the process. It's part of the pruning process. It's part of refining my character. It's part of building my spirituality, building up my faith and relationship with God. So it's all part of the journey. And yeah, I don't miss it. When the time comes, when I'm married, I can enjoy that in abundance. With the husband God provides. But until then, I'm cool. I've got so much to do anyways that isn't a focal point. But if it ever does cross my mind, I'm very open with God about how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and I know God will remedy that for me ASAP. So yeah, that's it. That is all the questions. I hope I have answered all your questions in as much detail. Of course, if you have more, let me know. I think that kind of covers a broad range of things, even within those questions. But again, if you have more, please do not be afraid to ask. I'm still new on this journey. There's so much to learn, and it's really exciting. I can't lie to you. I'm very happy and excited about this journey that I'm on. But yeah, I hope that you've taken something away from it. I hope that it's encouraged you. I hope it's uplifting. I hope that, you feel confident to talk to God about anything. Like, don't feel shy. I've talked to God about all of these aspects that I've even mentioned to you today. Of course, I have my days, I have my moments. I'm human, I'm not perfect. I'm low-key trying to be, but I'm also not pressuring myself. I'm not condemning myself. I'm allowing God to do what only God can do. So yeah, stay on this journey with me, guys. I will be back with another topic in a couple of weeks. It might be sooner, but I'm just going to say a couple of weeks for now because I've got loads of things to do between now and then. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment below, let me know what you think, let me know your own experiences, if you're a gospel artist, if you're a Christian, what your journey's like, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments below. Link to my music, link to my socials, all going to be in the description box. So make sure you do check that out, and I'll see you in the next video.
He promised you can live on it.